Today is the first time India has won gold medal in the athletics since the modern Olympic began. So, something to feel happy about. Such a big country waited for so long to get an Olympic gold. There has been only one man to win individual gold for India in the Olympics. His name is Abhinav Bindra. He won it in Beijing Olympic in 2008.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
What was the last thing you heard?
Beijing Olympics 2008.
In shooting. I was just watching a documentary, a film on him yesterday. How much he prepared. He prepared almost to perfection. It was a very good video to watch. How much dedicated, tremendous dedication. And because he was from a rich family, he could manage all those things family managed. Otherwise, to reach to the same level as Western athletes, Western shooters have reached. They have such modern facilities. Everything is perfect. But because he was from a rich family and his parents were very supportive, for them it was not just his effort, but their effort also. So he found a coach. He went to Germany and he had some coaches there. And they loved him just like their son. And he just went on improving. When he went to the first Olympic, he was just a teenager, perhaps the youngest Indian ever to go to Olympics. And there also he performed very well, but somehow he missed. And in the second Olympic where he went, he was performing very well till in the final. Something was fishy. It was where they have to stand, it was wooden platform. And the tile on which he was standing was moving little bit. It was not exactly, it was coming out little bit, so it was moving little bit. So he performed his worst there. He could not perform well. But later on, his coach discovered that the tile was not fixed properly. And when you are performing for shooting, it has to be exact. Just hitting the bullseyes only, then you can win the Olympic medals. So that because it was moving little bit, so he could not perform. No one can perform in that when it is not totally still. So perhaps there was something fishy about it. Maybe they did it intentionally. So these things happens in Olympics also, because when you want to win the gold, when these countries want to win gold for their nation, they are doing everything. All the fair and unfair means are applied. And then he was almost demoralized after that. He felt for a while he was very shocked. Then after some time, when his coach phoned him, then when they explained what happened, then he thought that now I have to make everything perfect. So then he went in South Africa. His brain waves were measured exactly. He used to meditate a lot. He said that if any sports can be called meditation, it is shooting. So only when you are totally still in the midst of all tumult and all noise, you can perform that well. So in the Beijing Olympics, he finally got the gold medal with. So, and now this is only the second time any individual from India has won gold medal. And in the athletics, the first ever gold. Before that, in pre-independence time in 1900, Norman P. Richards, he won 2 silver medals, one in 200 meters and another in 200-meter hurdles. And then there were a few others who performed very well. One was Milkha Singh. He was 4th, just missed by just maybe fraction of second the medal. And then there was P.T. Usha, the woman athlete. She also missed. She was also 4th. But these people, they had almost no facilities. There was one man, his name was Pan Singh Tomar. He was India's, I think in the Commonwealth and Asian Games, he won gold medal. I think in the hurdle event, I don't remember exactly. But he had not even shoes before. And then when he was such a good athlete, then he went to his village and there was his cousins were stealing his land, and some of them had beaten his mother also. So he went to complain to the police, and he showed them his medals, and he was working in the army. And the police, in the police station, they humiliated him. They were laughing, who cares for these medals? Why you have brought this? Then whatever they had, his family had only land, and even his mother was beaten. Then he became a robber. He became very dreaded robber. Finally, they managed to trap him, but they told him to surrender, but he said, I'm not going to surrender. So he jumped from one side to other, some canal or something. I think while he was jumping, the bullet hit him and he died. So sports people have never been treated well. I can tell it from my own example. I was very good in running and skating. I've been Bihar champion in skating for 3-4 times. And then when I was in school, we went from my city to Banaras, Varanasi. So it was about 350 kilometers by road. So we went by skating, 7 people on skates and 5 on cycle. And whenever I used to win in the skating, there was no appreciation from the family. No one was. They will never appreciate. I wanted to get a good skates so that I can go in the national games, national skating championship. But once my aunt she was living in England. She sent us skates from there, but it was very third rate. So when I went to the national skating, they were all using imported skates, and their skates was far better than mine. So, and we had no ring here for skating, and we were skating on busy roads, or sometimes road which was not busy, but all the time on the road. So when I participated in this national championship, the same strength which I was applying for skating and the other boy was applying, then they would reach, they can go far ahead of me because of their better skates. But never my family could manage it. And they were very indifferent to it. And my family member, they will always say, especially my father, that these sports is just wastage of time. And there is a saying which I used to hear from the very beginning. Even my grandmother would say, पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे बनोगे खराब. That means if you are studying well, you will become a big man, a famous man. But if you are just wasting your time in sports, you will be destroyed, your life will be destroyed. But sports is very, very important. Sports teach you so many things which just sitting on the chair, studying, you cannot learn. First of all, it makes your body very healthy. Then it teaches you discipline. It gives you sportsman spirit. You should be, whether you're losing, whether you're winning, you should remain the same. And it makes your life very enthusiastic, thrilling, full of joy. That's why Vivekananda said to Indian boys, because before independence, the boys were very weak. So he used to say, what India now need is muscles of iron and nerves of steel, inside which dwells the mind, which is made of a thunderbolt, which is built of the same material of which the thunderbolt is built. And he said that if you read Gita, if you play football, you will be nearer to Gita than by reading Gita. Because only when your body is healthy, your mind works well, and then there is a possibility you can go beyond mind. So sports is very important. If you are just sitting on your chair all the time, just reading, being very lethargic, you are moving towards your grave. So the balance is needed. not just all the time you are in your mind. Sometimes you need to play. And even more important than sports is play. You have to be very playful about it. Winning is not that important. Just playing and enjoying the present moment. That is more important. So now today India has won two medals, one bronze and one gold medal. So the bronze medal was in the wrestling. The man who won is Bajrang Punia. He is our real Bajrangi Bhaijaan. There was a movie called Bajrangi Bhaijaan in which Salman Khan acted. But these are just movie people, they are just paper tigers. This man is real tiger. And while seeing him fighting the wrestling match and giving his all, what a performance it was. I was really overjoyed seeing him. I felt like I have won. It was not so with the Neeraj Chopra's performance, because at that time I was eating, and javelin is not so exciting, because in wrestling, any time till the very end, it is unpredictable who is going to win. Because even in the last half second, you can just floor your opponent and he may be winning 5-7 points. And if you have floored him, then you are the winner. So the excitement remains till the very end. So I was talking about while I was in school, I was just 12-year-old, and all of them were college student. So we went to Banaras skating from here, 350 kilometers. My father was quite worried, and also he didn't want me to go. Then I said that there are so many people, they will take care of me, because he thought that you are skating on busy road, there will be cars, trucks, everything is going, and Indian roads are just totally messy. So there's not much. At that time, even less road rules. So it is quite risky to skate on the busy road in the main roads. I said I have been doing it all the time. I know how to dodge everything. So finally he agreed, because he could see that there were so many others who were going. And the government, Bihar government has arranged things where to stay. We had to stay in all the schools. That would be, it was arranged. Everything was pre-arranged that you have to stay in these places. So we could have completed the whole journey in 5 days, but because it was arranged, so we took 7 days. If personally, I may have completed even in 4 days, because my stamina was really very unbelievable, just very, very good. So before we went, it started from the All India radio of my city, Patna. So we were interviewed by Badri Prasad Yadav. He was a best sports radio, what do you call it? Maybe anchor or whatever word it is. So, because they projected me as the star attraction because I was the only one from school. So, he took my interview and the interview of my captain. So, he asked me, "Are you not afraid going in the busy road?" Because I used to watch movies, so I think the dialogue which I said was coming from some movie. खतरों से खेलना तो मेरा बचपन का शौक है. I said that playing with danger is my childhood hobby. I was still a child, but I said as if I've grown up very much. Then, so, and wherever we will go in all these schools, they had prepared very good. In some places, good food, and women and girls, they will take our autograph. In some places, they made food with their own hand. So it was just not only something organized by government, but people were emotionally also involved. But because it was a summertime, and in summertime, India is so hot that while skating, when the skates will touch the road will melt. If I would see that if I press my skates, the road will just melt a little bit. And then we had, after 2-3 days, we started having pus in our feet. So I would just, with a needle, I will break those things and then use bandage. So our longest distance which we have to cover was from Ara to Buxar. It was, I think, around 60 kilometers. So when we were about half the way, when we have completed half of that way, so we were there in some tea shop getting some refreshment, and then we have to move further. So they were just trying to make joke of me. I was little, at that time also little maybe serious. Not serious, but they said that Alok is not skating, he is just all the time on the jeep. We had a jeep also in which our things were there. So I think, I don't know who said it, maybe my captain or someone else. So I just said that once we start moving from here, I will show how much is the difference between me and all of you. So then from there, I didn't stop anywhere. So I had the one man was always with me on the cycle. I forgot his name. It's a very long time now. So this man has crossed River Ganga somewhere on his cycle. He made it in such a way that he crossed it on his cycle. And I think he was little handicapped also. So after that place where they said that I am not skating, I am all the time sitting in the jeep. I didn't stop anywhere. He was telling to me, well, they are so far behind, we can rest. I said, no, I will rest only when I reach to Buxar. So maybe I reached there 1 hour before them or like that. But this was something to prove to myself, not because I don't know whether they came to know about it or not. that I have reached so far ahead of them. So when we, after reaching to Banaras, when we came to our city, then the Chief Minister of Bihar at that time was Jagannath Mishra. He invited us for a tea party. And there, my captain said that he has been our star attraction. So he talked with me. Then I think I said to him that we need a skating rink. We don't have even one skating rink left. He promised that I will help to make a skating rink here. And this was in the news also. And someone took my interview in the news, and it was an interview in the newspaper. And in that interview, there was a big picture of me. And then I said in Hindi, skating ke liye ring chahiye. That we need a skate. For skating, we need a ring. But this Chief Minister, he never fulfilled his promise. So it was never created while we were skating, and I never had a good skates also. And I was never encouraged by my family. So sports is not encouraged here. And the best skates which I ever had is I have now. But now it is just, I can skate once in a while just to enjoy. But so in a country where sports is not loved and not encouraged, parents are very much after only for things which gives them name and fame. Not now sports can give them name and fame. So now there are parents who are interested in it. But their interest is just money, name and fame. Sports, the government should also promote and family should also promote, because it brings discipline in the life of children. A person who is a sportsman, there is less chance of him being corrupt, being so immoral and so vulgar. There is more chance that he will be a good human being. But all the government before Modi came were not so much encouraging sports. Now, because Modi is talking to all those sports people who have went there personally. When the women hockey team, they lost their bronze medal match. So when they lost their bronze medal match, Modi phoned them. I was just listening to it yesterday, I think. And all of them were weeping. And Modi said that don't weep. I can hear, because he was talking on telephone, it was not a video call, it was audio call. So he said, I can hear you are still weeping. Stop crying. The whole nation is proud of you. You have, because before that, no Indian hockey team, women hockey team has even reached to even semi-final. Now they got the bronze medal. So now this is the beginning. And there's one man who is very much responsible for again bringing hockey to such a good level for India. His name is Naveen Patnaik. He's the Chief Minister of Orissa. So for few years now, he has been sponsoring both men and women hockey team. Everything is provided by Orissa government. So it is his effort, and he is one of the best chief ministers of India. And this woman who has won, Mirabai Chanu, silver medal in weightlifting. She was sent to USA because she had some problem in some injury or some problem, and there she was treated, and then there she was, I think, trained also. When you give them good training, you give them good facility, they can perform. Talent every country has, only when you help them, when you take care of them, then only they can perform well. Now this man, Neeraj Chopra, his family has 19 members. He lives in a joint family. And all of them were looking so happy after they came to know that he has won gold medal. So it cannot just happen only by your individual effort. There are people who are behind it. I saw there were, for most of the athletes in India, coaches are from foreign countries. And they are not just getting money from India for coaching these people. They are 100% involved. You will see they are so much involved that it looks like as if they are participating, as if this is their country. That is good thing about Western nations. Once they have taken some work, some job, then they do it perfectly. So that's why West is so ahead in these things. They're very sincere about their effort. So because this government, Modi government, is taking very good care, is providing facility. Now, this time in this Olympic, India has won 7 medals and 1 gold, 2 silver and 4 bronze. This is also a record. The highest India ever won was I think 5 medals. So this is 7, so 2 medals better than ever. But most of these who have won medal in this Olympic, they are from one state, which is Haryana. And they have been providing very good facility for many years, especially to wrestlers. So all those wrestlers who have won medal, even in past, almost all of them are from Haryana, or perhaps all of them are from Haryana. Even Neeraj, who won the gold today. He is also from Haryana. And immediately the Chief Minister of Haryana announced 60 million rupees to him. And they gave him, whenever these people win any medal or gold medal, they give him good government job, first class jobs. So once you give them so much, then there will be a lot of people who will try to be sports person. But if you give them nothing, then there are so many people who have been given nothing in many things, even in literature. If you see Hindi literature, people like Premchand, who is no less than Dostoevsky or any world-class writers. But they were almost somehow managing their food. But if government gives you at least a decent life, provides you decent life, then you don't have to think about food and all those things. Then you can create whatever field you are in. We have so many great literary people, but they were all poor. One person his name is Agge. And among the books which Osho has chosen, there is a book of Osho which is called The Books I Have Loved. The only Hindu book he has chosen is one by Agge, Nadi Ke Dweep. I have read that one, very good book. And I think Premchand may be even better than him. But he was living in extreme poverty while he was alive. Now India has won 8 gold medals in hockey. And Indian hockey players were so good that while India was uh, slave to Britain, it was not yet independent. Then two teams will go. One team from India will go in the Olympics, and another will go from Britain, from England. But in the Indian hockey team also, there were mostly Anglo-Indian or English people. But then the Indian hockey team became so good that Britain stopped sending its hockey team because they thought that Indian hockey team will beat them in the Olympics. And this man, Dhyan Chand, he was just a magician with hockey sticks. His hockey skill was so great that it is said that once they tested, they broke his hockey stick. And they were trying to test whether he has some kind of magnet or something that whenever he has his hockey stick, he will never allow the ball to go to another player. And he will be scoring so much that just he was totally incomparable. He was called magician of hockey sticks. And when he went to Germany in the, I think it was Munich Olympic, Hitler was watching that match. The final was between Germany and England and India. And India had scored so much goals that in the halftime Hitler left because he realized that they are not going to win. But later on he invited Dhyan Chand to meet him. And Dhyan Chand was a little afraid also. And he offered him that I will give you good post in my army. But Dhyan Chand rejected. He said that I am good in my own country. So I just remember one thing while we were going to Varanasi. When I was in some place, I don't remember where it was, Beta or Ara. I don't remember which place it was. My father came to see me. Then someone told my captain that he is ADM, that means Additional District Magistrate. At that time, my father was ADM. So, but maybe the person who said that he is ADM didn't tell that he is my father. So he started talking, my captain started talking to my father. Then he told my father that this boy is our star attraction and he is Mr. Brajesh, ADM in some department. I don't remember at that time where it. So we were both laughing because he was introducing me to my father. And one more thing, when we reached to, one time we went to the national championship and the same captain, his name was Yatish Jha. He was our captain, so he went to national championship in Chandigarh. So when we reached there and we had a certain place where all the skaters had to stay, it was some guest house. So after taking our shower, because the skating championship will start in next day, so we thought let us go and do some shopping and see something in this Chandigarh. So while we came from our place where we were staying on the road, there was one school girl. So she was on her bicycle. So my captain saw her, and I think he had started watching English movie, though he had not much good English. So he said to her, "Hey, lift me." And then she just speeded her cycle a little bit and then moved her face back and said, "Will you please be shut up?" Then he was totally shocked. He said, especially to me, don't tell it to, when we reach to Patna, don't tell it this thing, what happened. So this long thing was a little boring, or how was it?
Okay, I was just listening.
You were just listening, that means it was boring.
Boring not because of how you tell it, boring because I have never been very interested in sports.
If it was because of that, that means you don't know the art of enjoying things which you are not interested in. So this is something, that means you are a very business-like person. You can enjoy only things which interest you or which you are good at.
Yes. So the part where you share about this
You
guy,
have to see that it's not that I am very much interested now in sports, but you should learn to celebrate small things. When someone is winning an Olympic medal for India, especially gold medal, for me these things are not so much important anymore. But this kind of thing can inspire many people. There will be many people after him. There will be such a surge in the sports after him. Not just in sports. It can inspire people who are doing other things also. Not that India has not achieved anything. It is, if you see the Indians in America, they are the best there. Incomparable. And they have a lot of talent, but because the Indian government, they were all British stooge. This Congress was created by the Britisher just so that they will not face any difficulty in ruling India. And when they had to leave India, after the world wars, and the whole world was changing, so they had to leave. They didn't want to leave India, but they had to leave. Then they put their men, those who were just in their mind, they were Britishers. They were educated there. Only their color was brown. So they just transfer the power to them. India didn't become free at that time. And if you see the Indian mind, they are not even free now. If you have been slave for such a long time, then your whole psychology becomes that of a slave. The Hindus feel even now very in some way inferior to the white man and also to the Muslims, because they have been our rulers for such a long time. So that has gone very deep in the unconscious. Life is interrelated, interconnected. If you live in an island of your own making, then you cannot expand ever. So now what you were saying about this video?
There was last part just now you said about the captain, and then he said don't share it to anyone, right? So that part should I cut out from the video?
You are really a farting, fucking stupid person. He said a long time back, don't tell it to anyone in Patna, don't share it. Share means what? At that time, there was no Facebook, there was no YouTube, where to share. Now who knows, if I say this, even his name, who will be able to recognize who this man is? He just said that don't tell it. Now he will also laugh if he hears this thing.
Okay.
But nobody knows whether he is even alive or not. So many people have died since then. Who knows? Maybe he will never be able to listen if he comes. But because now he must be about, if I am 53, so he must be about minimum 20 years, about 20 years older than me. So 73, that means who knows whether alive or not. Now it will be just a joke for him, even if he listens. You have, I don't know why you have such a mind which is all the time trying to edit things. A very Chinese mind. Huh? You want to censor things. You want your Caesars to be there always.
No lah, just
Why?
No lah. It's just that
No lah.
because he said don't tell then I just thought that maybe that part.
I didn't say. He said you can't even understand a joke. Because his face was when she said it and she rushed her bicycle. She speeded up. Then his face was such that I think I was there just near him. He said, don't tell it to anyone in Patna that I was treated like this. But this was something for that time.
Okay.
He was also a young man with trying to show off he was wearing a goggles and looking like a joker, but he thought that he's looking very smart. So that's why he was telling, but now he will also laugh with. I think Chinese are they hide their all their drawbacks and shortcomings.
Yes. That was how I was trained, Swami. Yes, it's true.
Why you are keeping your training in your asshole so even now? All the things, all the bullshit is in your asshole. Must be very heavy.
I'm learning, Swami.
You need a diarrhea.
I already have become more authentic, Swami. After so much
Then why
training.
you said again, all the time you have this kind of thing always come back?
No, because you said that, because I did not understand that it was long time ago, Swami. And then he said don't share, ma.
Are you an idiot? I said I was 12-year-old, so it was not long time then.
No. I mean, I didn't know that it is okay to share after such a long time.
What to share such a long time?
That means I didn't know that this kind of thing, like after so many years, right, then it's okay to share.
What do you mean by after these kind of things?
I mean, like just now he said don't share, ma. Then, but I didn't know that it's okay to share after so many years.
Can't you see here a small thing? He said don't tell. There was no YouTube at that time, no Facebook at that time. How could he say no, don't share?
I don't tell, yes.
That was in that moment he said, because what happened inside him, he felt like he was humiliated.
Yes.
The girl just answered him. The way she responded to him. It was a sudden shock. So in the moment he said, maybe no one wants that when you are laughed at should be told to other people. But that is something very old now.
Yes.
It is a dead thing now. What is there about it?
Yeah.
Even after 1 year, if someone had told, maybe it would not have affected. Because it was nothing, just a small thing which happened.
Yes, Swami, yes.